to warn each other about upcoming arrests, which is a way it's being used in the Middle East, right? It has been developed for a slightly different purpose, and in most cases, it has been developed for making money. And the way to make money online, you need to commercialize it, you need to allow people to do fun stuff, right? I'm not in any way denigrating what's happening in the West, and I'm following it as closely as as people in the West are, and I can show you many examples from America, from Western Europe, where it is happening. My point is that it's all developed for commercial interests with Western money, and then the people in the East start to appropriate it in a different manner. Look, I mean, I'm not saying it's not happening in the West. Right now, my thesis was that current state of knowledge, which is documented online, has been developed by Western people, and that's not something we can argue about. Just go to Wikipedia and look at Pokemon, or look at, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and you see that those stories and those narratives have been written not necessarily by people who have other things to care about, right? Okay. Well, I intended to make it a bit provocative so we can have a discussion. So. Okay. Anything else? Sure.
Too many cat bloggers in the East and not enough in the West. How do we have more political bloggers, more political activists online? That's sort of how you ended your talk. But I mean, from my personal perspective, coming both from the U.S. and being an activist, we've seen, I think, under the Bush administration, an explosion of growth in online activism, which is great. But it's clearly not enough. And I see it as part of my job to make it grow it bigger. If you have ideas about how we can help people be political bloggers, be engaged in things of substance.
I think, the best way to do it is to sort of lead by example, right? So people have to realize that there is a payoff to keeping a blog and to writing about issues which you deeply care about and which are resonating in your community, right? And if you do it, people will sort of pick up on it, right? And people will see that you're playing a role, and they may want to play a role as well. So I think a lot depends on how exactly we identify those successful case studies of people who do make a difference in their community, and then aggregate them, and then sort of amplify them to the wider community, so that people who are now young, idealistic, and passionate in their sort of late teens, early 20s can actually see, geez, that makes a difference, why don't I get involved? I have the means to be heard, people are willing to listen. A lot depends on how mainstream media is going to react and how they're going to, basically learn from online activists and how they're going to incorporate their narratives in their stories, because I'm sure that as mainstream media picks up and as they start writing full articles based on the little blog posts that some activists wrote about their community, people in the community will realize that there is a payoff and that it does make a difference to get involved, and just for pure fame purposes, if not anything else.
Any other questions? No. So thanks, Evgeny. Now we will have a presentation by Vanessa Witkowski from cafebubble.com.